Speaking of births, we're happy to announce, if you didn't see the email, that Ashley and David's child finally came. Little girl Everly Lynn on the 16th, so we're happy for them and for grandparents. I want to take, since this is near the end of the year, I want to take a moment to thank the office help, the volunteers who are in ministry here during the week that a lot of you don't know about and things they do. First of all, and if you'll stand, if you happen to be here, I know we have a lot of people out of town visiting family for the holidays, but if you happen to be here when I call your name, if you'll stand and remain standing. For offering counters, we have Suzanne Devlin, Mickey Dodge, Diane Meserole, Mina Smith, I don't see mine over here, Tina Austin, there you go, Marty Coolidge, Mark Pohl, who helps with our red pads, and so that offering counters, I jumped. Pam Parker Kress, stand up, Pam, okay. Then more office help with answering phones, red pads, bulletins. We have Tina Austin, Mary Prokop, Angie Jenkins. I saw Angie earlier. She's up in the balcony. Kimberly Smith, Marty Coolidge, Mark Pohl, and Virginia Holiday. Virginia, will you stand? Will you give them a hand for all that they do? Thank you. As Sandy mentioned in the announcements, we have a wonderful Christmas Eve service, a candlelight service that starts at 6:30. It's going to be a little different this year. For the first time in like 25 years, the Gretchen Green dancers can't be with us. And I know you're going to say, oh, all right. And we have just been so blessed to have Gretchen and Trina and their dancers with us for so long. It's kind of a year for them where they have younger dancers, and so they're not quite ready to take on the Christmas Eve service. But some good news with that, a lot of times they'll have some of their dancers who've graduated come home for Christmas and help out. One of those is Madeline Kelso, who grew up at this church. Well, Madeline just recently got booked dancing on a 9-month cruise. So that's why she can't come here. And another, Hannah Piper is Hannah's last name. Hannah Piper, another one of the dancers we saw grow up, just got selected as a Radio City Rockette. So we're excited for them. But let me tell you, it is Asbury Memorial, and we do things a little creatively here. So we won't have those dancers, but we will have a very creative service. Probably won't be quite as long as it has been in the past. So the good part about that is we'll begin earlier with our Christmas caroling in the neighborhood, and hope you can stay and join us for that. I think, as I understand, the rain is really coming, but then it should be over by Christmas Eve night, we hope. So I think we're going to be in good shape. Reverend Susan Carlson participated, of course, in our service today, as she has for a long time. I looked at our bulletin on the fourth Sunday of Advent 3 years ago, and Susan, did you know you participated in that service? I hadn't realized you had been here for so long. It just flew by. Susan is a Unitarian Universalist minister who has been helping us out periodically. Well, Dave Messner, about 3 months ago, has been the current minister at the UU Church here in Savannah, accepted a position at the UU Church in Charleston. So the UU Church has just hired Susan to help out at the UU Church, and her husband Alan happens to be the administrator there. So that's going to be very interesting. Our prayers are with you as husband and wife are in ministry together. But we have a little cake for you, Susan, and the coffee hour, and y'all come after the church and give Susan a hug. She obviously won't be able to help us as often on Sundays anymore, but maybe we can get her over here once in a while, and we'll want to go over there and support her some too. I just found out, I didn't realize, Danny Beam, White Bluff United Methodist Church has been looking for a minister of music, And Danny Beam has accepted that position, and I didn't know today was his last Sunday with us. So over in the social hall, you have a lot of hugging and maybe a few tears to do. Danny, of course, will still be here a lot with us and doing a lot of things. I already gave him a heads up on a God on Broadway show we may be doing in October that he may want to heavily be involved in, so we'll see. You want to do that again, Danny? Jim and Dottie Clutch, stand up if you will. This is hard to believe. I think they must have been like Joseph and Mary, very young when they got married. But 53 years ago, this 2 days after Christmas on the 27th, Jim and Dottie got married. Let us sing to them. Dottie's going to be doing one of her wonderful stories for us next week. You can still do that, right? Next week, right? Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, if she gets permission to tell their wedding story. Oh, okay. All right. Well, at this time,